Connective Tissue Dysplasia Clinic is a unique service provided by the Children's Hospital at Westmead. It's the only such service in Australia and probably only one of a handful in the world. It looks after children with a multitude of complex disorders.
They're in primarily 6 major groups of disorders. They are people with short stature, they're people with ultra tall stature and problems such as Marfan syndrome, they're people with hypermobility, they're people with brittle bones, people with tight joints called arthrogryposis, and we can do all this in the one place at the one time.
Thank you, Connected.
Thanks, Connected.
I think something like the clinic is really important for helping kids with genetic conditions really find out who they are and enable them to be independent and live a full and productive life. And that's what the clinic does, and it's fantastic. Thanks, Connected.
Before we instituted some of our programs, for some of the disorders such as the more severe brittle bone disorders, 2/3 of the children died by the time they were 14. Indeed, when we came here, one of our experiences was being, as it were, present or helping those children as they died from respiratory failure. But today we don't expect that any of those children are going to die. We've relieved their pain enormously, and for all the different disorders we've looked after, we've made their quality of life just so nice, so much better.
It's as simple as this. Without the clinic and Connected, I wouldn't be where I am today. I wouldn't be walking, I wouldn't have been able to achieve my degree and work full time. And I know I'm always going to be different, but Connected has taught me and allowed me to manage my life and live as normal as I possibly can. Thanks, Connected.
Our really major achievement is that we've sustained with a constant group of professionals, a multidisciplinary service, and so we've grown in experience and we've trained quite a few people in this type of multidisciplinary care, and there aren't a lot of models, although people talk about it, in Australia. It's a rather unique bringing together of different what we call disciplines, and hence multidisciplinary, where we have the therapist in the same place at the same time as the rehabilitation specialists, geneticists who are involved in the diagnosis of these hundreds of rare disorders, as well as endocrinologists, and even we have orthopaedic surgeons and other specialist colleagues who can come into the setting, and we can, as it were, put all this together there on the spot and give the patients a program for their future care. Because of the expertise of the clinic, children are having diagnoses made early. In the report of the European Union Commission on Rare Diseases, they talk about people waiting 20 years, 30 years, having multiple surgeries before they even get a diagnosis. Terrible. We've managed through exact diagnosis to be able to make a really big difference to what happens to them.
The major challenges facing the clinic is to continue to provide world-class excellent care in a time when there are rising costs to provide care and expectations by parents and the patients alike for the best care possible. And it's behoven on us to be able to provide this care.
So what we actually hope for the future is that the knowledge that we have gained, which is the sort of corporate wisdom of such a service, will go on providing for people in the years ahead.
There are so many kids out there, yes, all these diseases are rare, but we're covering such a large range of diseases in that one clinic, and funding is so hard because the needs that we need are so specialised, and it's not something that is readily available, and expense is such a huge thing, and you don't want to have to put a price on a kid's way of life.
There's an obvious need for financial investment to really help people get out into the community and give back.
Thanks, Connected.